Joonbong is a short stick of approximately 2.5 feet length. Joonbong basic stance is 준비 자세. High stance is also used against a tall opponent. Open middle stance is used for preparation for the counter-attacking against opponent cutting techniques. High drop stance is another type for counter-attacking method. For countering method, you must have excellent footwork to control the distance. This is a low hiding stance. Now this is a middle hiding stance. Hiding stances are disguising the preparedness for your sudden hidden strikes. Every stances can easily be combined with the defensive or offensive techniques as you progress. The first is high block. Raise your Joonbong 2 to 3 inches above your head and position the other hand in front of your chest. The second is a low block. Pivot your body slightly as you drop the Joonbong, with other hand covering ribcage. The third is inside block. Snap your Joonbong inward with other hand near the elbow of the other arm. The fourth is outside the block. Snap your Joonbong outward with the other hand near the bottom of your Joonbong. The fifth is a cross block. This is a reverse direction of a high block, with other hand covering the center line of your upper body. The last one is a press block. Snap down the Joonbong shortly toward the opponent's wrist. The first technique is 정면치기, called straight striking. The target is a skull, called 정수리. Raise your Joonbong straight above your head with other hand at the center of your frontal body, knee up and strike down. Now this is 바깥치기, outward striking. Curl your wrist in small circle quickly counterclockwise. Snap outward with your other hand. Stance is a lunging front stance. Now this is 안치기, inward striking. Curl your wrist in small circle quickly clockwise and snap inward with your other hand. Stance is a lunging front stance. Now this is a 바깥각치기, diagonal striking. Curl your wrist in small circle quickly counterclockwise and snap diagonally 60-degree angle with your other hand. Stance is lunging front stance. 찌르기 is a thrust. The targets are neck, left chest, solar plexus, stomach, and eyes. Prepare thrusting by pulling back your Joonbong toward your body at the same time. Bring your other hand to the frontal side of your body and your knee up with the toes pointing down to generate more kinetic power for your technique. Stretch your thrusting arm fully and position your other hand behind your body. And stance is lunging front stance. When the technique is done, repose. Practice slowly in accurate motion and gradually speed up. 공방수련 is a partner drill. 공방수련 is a method of practice to improve basic skills to attack and defend. Your partner will attack with one of attacking techniques, and you will perform the adequate defensive movement. Against the 정면치기, which is a straight striking, high block is a proper response. Against the 복부 찌르기, low stomach thrusting, low block is adequate. Against inside striking, which is 안치기, 안맞기 is a good defensive skill. 안맞기 is inward blocking. Now against outside striking, which is 바깥치기, 바깥맞기 is a good response. 바깥맞기 is outward block. Also against the 정면치기, straight striking, instead of a high block, cross high block is suitable. Now press block is good for close distance to hit the opponent's wrist or the weapon away. 맨손 수련 is empty hand drill. 맨손 수련 is one of the methods in 전사도 training to be utilized to enhance your understanding the movement principles of your own body. Breath control, proper posture, good alignment of each part of the body are critical factors that integrate the force of your weapon into the one of your spirit. Weapon can be understood when you understand she is an extension of your body. The internal energy must flow through the Joonbong and your mind and body must merge with the weapon and take a complete control of it. Then the Joonbong become one with you. In 연습형 number 1, the attacker is doing 정면 치기, straight striking. The defender is performing 얼굴 맞기, high section block. Then secondary response will be 안치기, inward striking to the neck. Then back to repose, 준비 자세, ready stance. This is a defense against force, therefore you must grip the Joonbong tightly with the 3 fingers. When you do high block, remember to position your other hand at the center of your body. The striking target is neck, called 천령. 천령 locate at the mandibular joint just below the ear. Now attacker is doing 찌르기, thrusting to the low abdomen. Defender is doing low block, 아래막기. Then 바깥 각치기, outward diagonal striking to the rear neck. The target is called 아문. 아문 is the vital point right behind the head. Then repose. Against the low section thrusting, your primary response is low section block. Then outward diagonal striking to the rear neck. When you do diagonal striking, curl your wrist in small circle quickly counterclockwise. Then snap diagonally 60-degree angle with your other hand in front of your body. Then repose. Against 안치기, which is inside inward striking, your primary response is 안맞기, inward block. Your secondary response is 바깥치기, outward striking to the vital point called 장문. 장문 locates right at the kidney section. When you do inside the block, which is 안맞기, snap your Joonbong inward with the other hand near the elbow of the blocking arm. And then immediately spot the target area, which is 장문. While you are striking, make sure you cover your body with the other hand. When technique is completed, repose for another alert stance. Against outward striking, which is 바깥치기, your primary response is 바깥맞기, which is outward block. Then secondary response is 안치기, which is inward striking. The target is inside of a knee. The name is 꼭천. When technique is completely done, back to repose position and be prepared for next maneuver. After your blocking is done, you must perform 안치기 immediately. Especially in the in-fight situation, you must curl your wrist in a small circle quickly clockwise. Then snap down inward with your other hand in front of your body to cover your open space of your frontal section of your trunk. Then immediately repose position. Against the low section thrusting, your response is press block, 잘라맞기 or 내려맞기, then immediately striking to the eyes. To make your press block successful, you must respond quickly, spontaneously against the opponent's attack. And then when you do 바깥치기 to the eye, curl your wrist in small circle quickly, counterclockwise, and then snap outward to the eyes, with the other hand positioning at the center of your body. Then repose. Your eyes, feet, hands must be perfectly coordinated in order to succeed in this practice. And always be prepared whatever unexpected might take place when you're within the in-fight zone. Against low stomach thrusting technique, your response is press block, then immediately striking to the wrist of the opponent with enough force to let him drop the weapon. The vital point is called 편역. 편역 is located right 2 inches above your wrist. The attacker is attacking with a low stomach thrusting technique, and your primary response is a press block, then immediately wrist striking to the target area called 편역. After secondary response, you always must be prepared for whatever unexpected might take place. In technique number 7, attacker is doing 정면치기, straight striking. The defender, high block, then inside striking to the wrist. The specific target area is called 공최. 공최 is about 3 inches above your wrist, inside of your forearm. Then immediately repose position. Attacker 정면치기, defender 얼굴 맞기, then 안치기 to the wrist area. The vital point is called 공최. 3 inches above your wrist on the inside of your forearm. Attacker doing 안치기, inward striking, the defender doing 안맞기, inward blocking, then 바깥치기, outward striking. The striking vital point is rear head. The specific area is called 완골. 완골 locates at the 45-degree rear side of your head. Then immediately repose position. Attacker is doing 안치기, defend. Primary response is 안맞기. Secondary response is 바깥치기. The target is called 완골, the rear side of the head. In weapon practice, you must pay extra caution so that both of you are safe in practice. Attacker 정면 치기 straight striking, defender 얼굴 맞기 high section block, and then 손목 잡기 grabbing the wrist, and then 안치기 inside striking, then pulled wrist down and then take the opponent down to the floor. As soon as he hit the floor, you are doing 중봉 내려치기, shot stick, downward striking. The target is face. The attacker straight striking, the defender high section block, and wrist grabbing. Grabbing area is called the 편역 on the wrist. Then inward striking, the target is called the 천창 on the inside of the neck. And then take him down. Then downward striking to the face. The attacker is doing 정면 치기, straight striking, defender 엇걸어 맞기, cross high section block, and then outward striking to the lower leg. Against the straight striking, you can do a cross high section block. Then striking to the rear leg. The vital point is called 양관. Now let's practice more advanced 전사도 중봉 combat. The attacker is doing outside striking, defender is outside blocking, then inside striking to the head, then followed by outward striking to the rib cage. The attacker is doing 바깥치기, defender is doing 바깥맞기, then second response is 안치기 to the head. Then third response is 바깥치기 to the rib cage, outward striking to the vital point area. The spot is called 일월. Attacker is doing thrusting, defender is doing low section block, and then striking to the wrist, followed by striking to the head. Now this is highly dangerous, so you must keep safety caution in practice. This tape is for your information only, to help you broaden the knowledge of your own body's weakness and know how to conduct yourself to be safe. None of these skills must not, for whatsoever reason, be used for violent purpose or any types of illegal cause. In this technique, attacker is doing 안치기. Defender is doing 안맞기. Then 바깥치기. And then finishing with 안각치기. inward diagonal strike. Against inside striking, you do the inward blocking, then outward striking, and then inward diagonal striking. Attackers 안치기, defenders primary response is 안맞기, then 바깥치기 outward striking, then inward diagonal striking. 안치기, 안맞기, 바깥치기, 안각치기. This is advanced technique. Against the opponent outside high section striking, your primary response is high block, then straight striking to the skull. This is technique of a force against the force. The target area is called 정수리, at the middle of the head. Attackers outward striking, defenders high section block, then straight striking to the middle of a skull. Now against the opponent thrusting, your response is inward blocking, outside striking, and then outward diagonal striking down. Opponent 찌르기, your 안맞기 and 바깥치기, then 바깥 각치기. At this point, you can grab the arm or wrist of the opponent to magnify your striking force. 안맞기, 바깥치기 to the face, then 바깥 각치기 to the right rear side of the head. Now once again, this is for your information only. Martial art practice is beautiful when you absolutely control your mind and body. It is easy to make it violent when you lose the control of your mind. The attacker inside striking, defender inside blocking, low section striking, and then high section inward striking. When opponent is down, the thrusting to the neck. The vital point on the neck is called 부돌. The vital point of this technique is called the 부돌. 부돌 is located 1 inch away from the Adam's apple on the neck, which is a very critical point on which any pressure can cause severe pain and shock, and even unconsciousness. All Jeonsado Joonbong combat techniques must be practiced with control and safety cautions. With proper ethical standard, you will always be the guardian of justice and peace. I wish you good luck in your training, and thank you.